insightful, but are you likable? You got jokes, you're the host, stand up. Are you likable?
Hello and welcome to Likeable, a show where we discuss stand-up comedy from an entry-level perspective. I'm your host, David Stickle, and today I am joined by Mr. Jeff Boyle.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Howdy.
Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you, too. We're starting up, even though we were already talking. We're going to pretend like this just started.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
does that work?
Yep.
Does it
Perfect.
work?
Perfect. Let's do it.
I'll intro you a little bit. I don't do this for a lot of people, but I think it's interesting just because Mr. Jeff is a non-social media comic. So people don't probably know exactly who you are unless they've been to a show that you've been at.
That's correct.
Yeah, because you're not on social media. So
Zero social media.
Zero social media. And they have no way of getting a hold of you or knowing that you exist. You're like the ghost of
glorious.
Yeah, ghost of comedy past.
I think that's better though.
Yeah.
I think less is more when it comes to it. I mean,
You think so?
in my opinion, I don't know. I think people like oversaturate a little bit.
Really? I'm fucking saturating the shit.
You're a
out of this.
saturator.
Oh, dude, I'm so saturated. Like,
You look saturated.
yeah,
right now.
I'm gonna be. I'm wearing a hoodie.
It's a warm studio.
It is a warm studio. I'm always sweating, which is why people should check out the YouTube and the video on the YouTube so they can see how moist I am right now.
What kind of podcast is this?
It's a good. It's a well. It could be ASMR, right? We could be doing. Right, and it's creepier with the headphones on. Yeah.
Wait till I'm slurping this iced coffee.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do sound effects for the rest of the podcast.
Please.
So you're a local comedian. You're Rhinebeck
Yes.
native, which means you're like one of two other comedian. Well, it's you, me, and Gina. And Gina's kind of in the scene, but kind of a Brooklyn scene too.
Yeah.
But we're like the Rhinebeck comics, man.
I love it. I love
It's
it.
cool,
That's
right?
a good crew.
Yeah, it is fun. Ragtag.
She does a lot of shows.
Gina?
Yeah. She was in Millbrook the other day, Brooklyn the other day.
She's all over.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got city ties, which helps a lot. I think it's so I guess she's not technically just a Rhinebeck comic.
Yeah.
You know, like we are.
I stay more local. Yeah.
Yeah.
I stay at the shows that I can bring people to.
I just don't get anybody to come to shows anymore.
You're done. Is that real?
I think everybody's just kind of done. My when I started doing Laugh It Up, my parents were always like, my dad especially was just like, oh, I like Laugh It Up. That's a cool place to have a steak, watch some jokes, whatever. Yeah. And he's had a good time every time he's gone to Laugh It Up.
Right.
But like he'll just ask me when I'm gonna be. He calls it Mahoney's. He's like, when are you gonna be at Mahoney's again? And I'm like, I'll tell him a date, and then he's just like, all right, and then doesn't come. Yeah, supportive dad.
It is funny. People always ask you, when's your next show? And you tell them. And then it seems like 2 days later, they're like, when's your next show? And you're like, I just did one 2 days ago. I told you about it. Oh, the next one. I'll come to the next one.
I sent you the flyer. You fucks. Yeah, so that's always fun. I love people doing that. That's always great.
I think I do it so sparingly that people are still like excited to come. You know, like buddies of mine want to see it.
You're also funny.
They want to see you flop up there.
Yeah. I think you do it sparingly, yes, but you always come up with like newer jokes, and they're. I don't think you do really repeat a lot of jokes, as far as I know.
No.
Yeah. You have the thing about that.
Yeah, well, just for me, I like writing. That's my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, performing is I'm getting better at not being nervous and having it fuck up my whole day. So now I'm to the point where I prepare enough so that day it's like pencils down. I'm done writing. I've basically got it like memorized in order, and then I just try to have a nice time and be present and enjoy it.
Just trying to have a good time.
Exactly. As opposed to in the beginning where I'm just like pooping like 7 times before the show. Just like, oh my God, why did I sign up for this?
Do you know how many shows you have under your belt? Have you kept track?
I probably have. The first one I did was basically a year ago. It was a Krog show in December. Because I started doing like first open mic was October of last year.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So we're a little over a year.
So just over a year. Yeah. So then first show was December, and then I think I've probably done 6 or 7.
Okay. 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Right? Hudson,
Yeah.
Kingston, a couple some
Yeah,
Krog
you
shows.
and Rhinebeck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're still getting used. You're not as nervous as you used to be.
No.
No, you're just
No.
chillaxing.
It's before the show.
Yeah.
Once I get up there, I usually start with like a joke that I really know by heart. Mm-hmm. So I will start with like a joke from the past that I like as like an opening joke to get me in the pace. Mm-hmm. And then from there, like once I do that, you get the first laugh, and then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
You what's it called there? You opened with what was the horse joke?
The last show?
Yeah.
Oh, lobsters.
Lobsters. Yes. Yeah. Look at the rubber bands. We have the prefix prices.
I love stupid jokes so much. I mean, like just observing something dumb and doing,
Do you typically start with like maybe the tagline, or do you start with like maybe observation and that gets you there, or is it kind of like a mix of both, do you think?
usually comes from life. Like
Okay.
the lobster thing, I was on vacation over the summer in Long Beach Island.
Yeah.
And we went to this seafood restaurant.
Yeah.
They have prices on everything except for the lobster, market price. So, I'm like, what are they? They're still haggling with the scuba diver about the price of this thing right now? What's happening in the day-to-day life of a lobster
Yeah.
that we can't figure out the price before we print the menu?
It's a very like Seinfeld-esque thought,
A little bit, yeah.
What are you haggling with the lobster? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like
Yep.
that.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all I've done is like kind of impressions of,
Seinfeld or
no, just all comedian.
Yeah.
I like meld them all together. Mm-hmm. Things I like from each person and then try to put it into,
I like to think about and my mind just went here, but like the lobster being like about to die, obviously. Painful death, boiled alive. And
Right.
And then here's that day they're like, actually we could lower the price a little bit on this one.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh
Yeah, you hurt his feelings.
Yeah. It's like, oh
$37.
yeah, my worth is low and I'm dying. That sucks. That's how I would go, I think.
But I love the puzzle of like having that, idea and then figuring out like the joke, like the tagline joke, which I did. I can't afford market price lobster. I can only afford Facebook Marketplace lobster.
Yeah.
And like coming up with that, like the self-satisfaction that day is like, yes.
You just- and then I'll see you at the Krog and you'll just like, this is what I got.
Yeah.
That's become a little bit of our Monday. We do that on Mondays usually.
Yeah. Yeah. It is nice. You're usually coming off shows
Yep.
from the weekend. And I just love running bits by you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a nice part about closing up on a Monday night is when you pop in, and then usually it's a lot of comedy talk. I do get to run through my weekend with you,
Yep.
and then you'll be like, "How about this? Was there anything here?" And you just run some stuff by me, and usually it's all really good.
It combines two things. Off hours at a bar. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah,
Like an afternoon beer when no one's at the bar is just the best.
Yeah.
Or late night when people are closing up. You got the chair, putting the chairs up.
yeah.
There's the looseness.
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, and you get like that kind of like VIP feel.
That's right.
That's right. She's like, yeah, we're special. We're here. Yeah. No, the bartender.
I mean, you were instrumental in getting me up the first time. You you pressured me, not pressured me into it, but you.
Pressure, I held the gun. I'll fucking murder you and everyone you know and care about if you don't get on the stage and make a joke about crocodile Asians.
I'll tell you, Asians.
I told them shoot me in the face. No, I don't want to be identified as trans. I feel like I gave you a nudge and then you just took the ball and ran. There's a lot of people that I've given nudges to, I feel like, or just like, you do a very good job of seeking information, or like you care, like you want to do something with it. Like it's not like you. I mean, I would still say in the scheme of comedy, you're pretty passive about it still. But also like you're not like one of those people that like I have to like and I don't feel like I have to do this with anybody, but like there's definitely like comics that have like I've been like inquiring about stand up or inquiring about different things, and then there's like no follow up. Like I didn't force you to get on that stage. Like you still like you were curious about it. I had just started, maybe 6 months before you. You came in, asked some questions about it. I told you about the open mic at Tubby's. You came, you watched one. The next one, you did it, and you've been running ever since, man. Yeah.
Well, it's funny when you go watch one because it's very intimidating to like jump into that world. Yeah. But you go watch one and you're like, oh, everyone's at different levels here.
Yeah.
So like,
and it's okay to be bad.
There's some killers. There's some people who are trying out new stuff. There's some duds. Just everyone's there. Yeah. And it's more accepting than you think it is from an outside perspective.
100%. Yeah. My first open mic was at Mahoney's. Laugh It Up, which was at Mahoney's, and that was like a whole like I brought a lot of friends to my first one, just because like I didn't want to sit alone, but also like they were excited for me to try and all that kind of stuff. So like I remember getting there, and the whole thing like there was it felt like a high school lunchroom at that open mic, where there was like, you can see cliques and tribes and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? The Tubby's open mic that AJ used to host felt more like a show. Like everybody's kind of like, there's a crowd. And they're in like the belly of the room, and then the comics are all kind of like lurking around the back of the room.
Little bleacher spot in the back.
Yeah. So I mean, you kind of have like your own little section. And then comics pop in and pop off. It's like a little thing. But like the Mahoney's mic, because they were all so familiar with each other down there. Fucking comic would go up, roast the comic that went before them. There's like really not any crowd, so there wasn't any pressure to bring it. Roast the comic that went before that, run a couple jokes by. It was, a lot of it was sloppy still because it is an open mic. Right. But I was just like, oh, okay. So they all know each other. It was like, oh, okay. Versus like it did feel a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like where you're like, it's not ambiguous, but like where you're like kind of like hidden and, like you can kind of.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Yes. So the Tuppies was a good mic to start with, I think.
It was cool. And after the show, actually Gina was like, she was like, that one joke, I like it. It was like an abortion joke actually, but she was like, I want that joke. She's like, that's so good. Like,
what was the abortion joke? I know I've heard it.
It was right before. So it was right before the election. So I said, I hear all these candidates running on a platform that abortion should be legal in the case of rape or incest, but I don't hear any candidates saying, hey, what's up with all the rape and incest? Let's cut that out. And she's like, that's a really good joke. Yeah. And it meant so much to have someone, compliment after. But I was actually thinking I was supposed to do an open mic like years ago, probably like 10 years ago or so, 12 years ago. So I was living in Brooklyn, and my two friends, Matt and Ryan, constantly busting my chops. You have to do open mic. You have to do it. Because I'm always running bits. For my whole life, I'm just, running bits. And I've been writing stuff down too. So I have, material from way back then. So we're drinking whiskey one night in Park Slope. And they're like, oh, there's an open mic at Laughing Buddha. Is that
yeah. Still
Laughing
going.
Buddha.
Shout out.
Yeah. And they were like, let's go. Show up. And the whole ride there, I'm shaking. I'm writing down on the back of a parking ticket notes of like what I'm going to do up there. And I get in, and it's like a lottery. Like not everyone's getting up. Oh. Put the name in, sit there, and they're just drawing and calling out names. And I swear every time they pulled out a name, I was just like, please don't let it be mine. Do not let it be mine. And I think if I had gone on that day, I would have absolutely like bombed. It might have turned me off from it completely.
You feel like if you did bad at Tubby's that you wouldn't have continued?
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
Why?
I don't know. I think I would have just gotten disheartened and been like, oh, just.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I first time I did Laugh It Up's open mic, it went very well. It's been documented on this podcast before. Don't need to do that. But like the second time I went and did it, I did so bad. I thought people were never going to talk to me again. And I was like, okay, like that's that's a possibility. That I am not a rock star at this. I'm not just this like, fucking prodigy.
Yeah.
And oh, hello. I don't know how the audio is coming out on this right now because we're back to using the computer fucking microphone, which is great. I gotta stop cursing on these. I think I curse too much. Shout out to Vicky Honer, who called the bar the other day, said that her and her husband listened to the podcast. Made my day. Honestly, that is a voice I have not heard since I worked at the gym. So big shout out, Vicky Honer. Sorry to call you out like that. Also, by the way, but yeah, hey, thank you. The compliment really made my day. All right, this is the Interruptible. I'm going to do some show dates. Coming up, we have where are we? This episode is coming out this Wednesday, which is I don't know what day, but this weekend. This will be the time the Sloop Joke Bomb show is happening, guys. So exciting. Please buy tickets to that. Oh my goodness. We've got an amazing lineup. A headliner, Rachel Lenahan, is going to be there. She is a friggin' beast. And then following that, the following weekend on 1:30, I'm going to be at Punchlines and Moonshine, which is in Fort Anne, which I hear is next to Lake George, which means there's a 65% chance I'm going to stand outside of Great Escape and think about climbing the fence to go on that roller coaster there that's in the front. And I don't know if anybody can stop me. I've been working on my agility, wiggling and dipping and diving and ducking and dodging security guards because I got moves like that now. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop the fence. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to do that. And then there's also that like ride where you shoot straight up and then you drop. I'm going to do that. And I'm sure all of it will be perfectly functional in the dead of winter, as one does on January 30th. And then we're going to talk about 131, which would be the following day. So I'm going to have roller coaster hair. And I'm going to go down to New York City. I'm going to do a show with Byron Bertram. Sorry about it. And he is going to do his impression of a Russian comedian for a considerable amount of time. And that's going to be a great show, which is at Top Secret Comedy Club in the Lower East Side. Very excited about that. We get some cool stuff coming up in February, but I was too lazy to update the visual that you're seeing on the board here. So I'm not going to promote anything else. We've got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shows in February. Super exciting. Those will be up soon. Thank you everybody for listening. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube. So Papa can see how much you like and subscribe, and also so you can see my face. Wouldn't that be cool? You can see you won't see it at this part. There's a little video on the screen, but you could barely see me. I minimize it so much so you don't see that. What my living environment looks like. It's a pig pen. All right. Like literally I live in a barn. Thank you. Get back to the show. That didn't I remember the drive home. My sole motivation was just like, oh, I need to do X, Y, and Z before touching a microphone again. Like I need to prepare. I just knew the differences between preparation and the two and like how I treated the first one versus how I treated the second one.
Sure.
And then a list of standards began. And then I was never discouraged. I would like to think that if you had been polled at Laughing Buddha, you would have caught the bug then. And then
it might have.
You might not have, moved back to Rhinebeck,
Still
I tried to go to Laughing Buddha with Gabe probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Or last week. I don't know. Anyways, get there, doors locked. I was like, son of a bitch. Yeah. Drove all the way there, found parking, and doors locked. Oh. Yeah.
I used to go watch open mics at UCB East all the time.
Okay.
Because I worked in the East Village, so there was Eastville.
Yep.
Is that still there?
Eastville is now in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was on St. Mark's, I think, or somewhere in that little realm. Yeah. And I used to, so after work and stuff, I'd just go watch open mics. I loved it.
Yeah.
But still intimidated by it.
I think open mics are some form of punishment that needs to be appreciated, but I mean, they do feel like punishment sometimes. Like days when political events happen, or like weeks when political events happen,
Right.
it's tough. Like the last week there was an ICE agent killed like a civilian, an innocent person, and which is horrible. And then they kidnapped Maduro, or they captured Maduro. I don't know what phrasing you would care to use, but we just kidnapped a grown man.
One-way trip to Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Stewart Airport.
Stewart Airport.
Yeah. Good riff on that, by the way. You're like, that's my airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
That's like the closest to political that I do. It's not taking a side. It's just like a funny aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
There was so much Maduro talk at these open mics, and it's just like, all right. Like you kind of like when the Charlie Kirk thing happened. I didn't even go to open mics. I just knew what they were gonna be,
Right.
And I'm like, I don't need to sit through 2 hours of like, oh, protect your neck, like I'm like, I don't need to.
You can't win on those.
I know.
There's no point.
I know, and to try and make a political statement at an open mic is a hilarious concept to me because it's a room full of people that shouldn't be voting anyway.
Yeah, you're barking your thoughts out to a bunch of degenerates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all high and on kratom. It's just. It's such a dumb, like, that's why it's like it's crazy to me that it's like art, it's like like, oh, this is an art form. It's like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
You'll do like a highbrow joke about like a political thing and then do like, I shit my pants yesterday, or it's not the right place for it. For me. Politics are,
but it's also crazy when fans take it seriously, or when they're just like, oh my god, like the comedian talked about the president, and my thoughts on him contradict what he said, and then it's like, yeah, but the comedian also talked about like how they got molested, and you don't care about that. You're
not chasing down his uncle.
Yeah, you're not mad at the uncle, you're not mad at me, you're mad at your dad, pal. Yeah. So anyways, I love open mics, they're fun.
I did the joke about politics. I said politics is too divisive these days. 50% of the country wants to see you sworn in, the other half wants to see you cursed out.
Yeah.
Stupid joke.
I like that one.
But that's as political as I go.
So how was your you're at the Keegan Ailes show this past Thursday?
Keegan Ailes, Jordan did a great job with that show. That was fun.
Yep, Giordan friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, one of our guests. Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. I like his style.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Yep.
Yeah, he God, he does this joke that I truly enjoy. He has an X Games joke about how he likes his terrorist attacks to be considered X Game events or something like that, and it's just like, a second Ollie 360 has hit the tower. It's just such a great. It's so dumb, but it's so funny. Oh man, he's hilarious.
I know.
You had fun at the show?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, solid turnout.
Pretty good. Yeah, we had like 45 people there.
Hell yeah.
Good laughers. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice. It was a good hang beforehand too.
Oh yeah.
And I think it goes along with me being prepared beforehand, and also then just enjoying the night.
Yes.
So I got to like actually like converse with the other comedians instead of sitting scratching on a paper like a little maniac, like lobsters. Lobsters.
You kind of did that with Wayne before the last Croak show you were on, right?
Wayne and I went to the spa together. Yep. We had a good schwitz together.
You inspired him to talk about spas before shows.
Yeah, we both got a joke out of it, and that was really big actually, because him and I had never hung out before. So hanging out with him before the show, we're killing time. Both of us would probably be like schlagen beers, nervous before the show, but instead we like went and like did something healthy and hung out and like got to know each other, which was very cool. It took me out of my nervous zone and got me into just like, this is what it's supposed to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I definitely feel a difference performance wise when I'm like producing a show versus like when I'm just on the show. Like, cause I mean, you've seen me before a Croak show. I'm like running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Sure.
And then like this past weekend, I was on a show that Kevin put together, and I'm just like dicking around beforehand. Like I was just asked to bring some sound equipment, and like once I had the camera set up, I was just like, fucking around, and I was just like, I got to be silly before the show. It was very nice to get in that headspace. And when I went up on stage, like I was just cool as a cucumber, fucked around with the crowd a lot.
Awesome.
I think having crowd work kind of helps to, make me more comfortable, because I'm just like, all right, if I forget my place, then I'm just gonna, riff with whoever's in the front row,
I haven't really gotten to that point where I feel comfortable doing crowd work.
No,
because I go up so like prepared. It's like I'm doing like a soliloquy or something. You know what I mean? Like it's written out.
Yeah.
It would like take me out of my rhythm, I think, to get into that.
Interesting.
And it's like, I like preparing. I like being ready. If I'm going up, I'm doing 7 minutes. I want to have 7 minutes of material.
Yeah.
And I want to just kind of plow it out.
Yeah.
I made this for you.
Yeah.
I've prepared this. Listen.
Yeah.
Which is probably selfish.
No, not at all. I think Jesselnick has that mindset. He's like, it should be like watching a movie. It's going to be the same performance every time. I like, because it's like a lot of bar shows that I've been doing. I like being able to tell a joke and then feel how the crowd feels when I say it. And then if I want to, I have the choice of making a response to it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because if I get like a groan, I can kind of, if I see who made the groan,
right.
Especially because like some shows, like you found this out with the Union Street show in Hudson. The lights aren't always down. Right. So like Keegan Ailes, there was a spotlight, or they have a row of lights that are on you. You can still see probably the first 2 or 3 rows, so you can get some interaction. But for the most part, it's pretty dark in there. Union Street, room's well lit. The show I just did on Saturday, room was well lit. Like you can see, so like everybody's like almost scared to laugh because of the, like, I don't know if it's okay, but once that fourth wall is broken of performance and I'm now playing with you, everybody's like aware, like, oh, he can see me, and, and that's like,
and I think I agree with you, like is that show, there's like kind of picnic table set up. So people are facing the other way as well. So I think you actually, fare better in those situations if you do riff with the crowd and if you're looser and stuff. I'm just up there saying, one-liners to the air. That
one's a really tough spot to do. It's never been easy doing shows there. It's very much just like big open room. People sit like 60 feet away from you. And then there's open tables in between you and others. And the lights are up. It's very much a challenging room, but I think it's good for people to do that so they can kind of feel that, like, when a show is well put together, like I produced that show and it is not put together well. I'll admit that when a show is well put together, like you really feel in a zone and you feel good. When it's not, that you have to evolve a little bit and figure it out, I almost always flop sweat up there. And, I should plan on doing more crowd work when I do those shows.
I think it's just a different venue that it just lends itself to a different show. So
I think they're throwing boxes behind us.
I think so.
Yeah. Fighting to the death in there. It's tough. I think I stay on track, maybe it's too much, but I always think like the comedians I like are like that, like the first concert I would say I have ever been to was to see George Carlin. Okay.
When I was 12 years old.
Hell yeah.
And it was the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, he just opened the show with this like beautiful, fast delivery, spot on, no riff, like just diatribe. It was The Modern Man.
Okay.
Do you ever hear The Modern Man?
Yeah, I have. It was a long time ago, but yeah.
and it's all wordplay stuff, but it was in order. It was perfect, and he just went on. It was about like a 5-minute rant. Ovation. Everyone's excited, and he says, "You know what? No one ever talks about anymore. Pussy farts." Was his next joke, and I was just like, "How can you do both of those things right next to each other?"
Yeah.
It was mind blowing, and I was like, I like this. So much.
Both sides of the spectrum in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that too. I don't know. I like to. It just depends on the show, and I like how the crowd feels. I think.
Yeah.
He's obviously a legendary comic. He can do, and it was a special taping, so
Right.
it's like there's supposed to be a format to it. But like, I don't love making crowd work a part of it.
Yeah.
But I find a lot of comfort in knowing that if something goes awry, like I've got like like I can probably, talk to somebody and not feel like I'm gonna get my fucking shit kicked in.
Yeah. I
during
also
the
don't
set.
do it very much. So if I did it more, like if I were doing 3 open mics a week, like a lot of the guys do, you probably get bored of your material also, and then you just want to try different stuff and mine for things and stuff. So I don't do it enough. Or I just get up there and just kind of barf out my Catskill humor.
Yeah, I like your stuff.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, sometimes it births like a new joke. Like I have the joke about I'm a voice actor, and I'm a voice acting stunt double. I say the hard words, and then legitimately a woman was like, "Oh, like slurs." Like in the front row.
Right.
And I'm like, no, and then I just had a riff in the moment. It was like, Mel Gibson prefers to say his lines, and that was
Really good.
yeah. And then that was like, I'm like, oh, I'm actually going to keep that because now, and then during a show, I can actually just say like, and a woman, because I mean, it didn't occur to me when I wrote it that some people might be thinking when I say the hard words,
Right.
it's, slurs,
Right.
I'm thinking Worcestershire sauce.
The hard R. Whatever it is.
The harder words.
Yeah.
An extra R. So I like that kind of stuff too. And so it just, it fluxes a little bit. But I thought the show was really good. Everybody did like pretty well. The headliner was somebody I've never seen before.
Yeah.
He reminds me of a comedian named Drew Moore out of Albany.
Okay.
Only he's the white version of Drew Moore. And the whole time he's like, know what I mean? And then Drew Moore is like, no, I'm saying.
Gotcha.
I'm like, there's a difference ethnically right there.
Yeah.
They both wear baggy sweaters too.
Well, it's funny when you see someone and you can kind of like pinpoint influences from them. Mm-hmm. Like I know he had a couple of jokes that were, I'm like, that's like Mitch Hedberg.
100% Mitch Hedberg. I was getting a little Galifianakis out of him. With some of the obscurity out of it too. But yeah, the Hedberg stuff was just like, there was one joke specifically where he was like staring at the floor, and then he made a Hedberg-esque joke, and it was just like
steel cut oats. He had his
yeah. I don't care what you cut it with.
Yeah.
You can cut it with iron.
Right.
Yeah. And then I was like, that's Hedberg.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I like when people do that. Mm-hmm. I'm not like the full impression. Like there's that one guy that
Unkill Tony.
Unkill Tony. That's basically,
He stares at the floor, wears the glasses, has long hair.
It's so weird, yeah.
Yeah, rubs his tongue across his teeth like Mitch used to do.
Right. What's his name? No Breaks.
Timmy No Breaks. Yeah, doing
dice basically. When it's too spot on, but I like when it's like drawn from somewhere good.
Do you still? I feel like Kill Tony's gotten a lot worse in the past like calendar year. Do you feel that way?
I tune in every once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like Austin probably has hit like critical max or whatever it's called of people just moving down there trying to get on there. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of lost. It's more of a clown show now. It's more of a WWF, freak show, kind of circus style act.
Yeah, I think what's happened is enough guys and gals have gone on that show and have gotten their like golden ticket. and then immediately start booking their own shows across the country and go on tour.
Yeah.
Because there's precedent for that with other comedians now. Versus like I think when Cam got his golden ticket and he was like a regular on the show, he like it took a while before they started to branch out, but it seems like as soon as Cam started doing it, Belial started doing it, Uncle Laser started doing
And
it.
then what size venues are they playing? Like they're going across the country.
Oh, dude, they're doing like Funny Bones and stuff, which is like 300 seats. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
And they'll do like Laugh It Up is 150. I think it maxes out around there. They'll do Laugh It Up. Yeah, that's it. It seems like so much more, right?
It's a big room.
It's the tables that fill it in too much. If there wasn't food service, you could fit like 300.
Right, because they do the banquet style.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome that they had that format, and I'm sure it's inspired a lot of people to start up to watch that show. I don't think there's been a show that really has showcased open mic.
You're right.
It's usually like if they do like they used to do like the young comedian special and stuff like that, but those guys were like established. They had already
that was Mark Norman.
Right.
He's already been doing it for like 8 years.
Right. Yeah.
So Mark Norman.
Dangerfield used to have his shows where he'd bring in young comics and stuff. Those guys had already been doing it for 5 years, grinding, running around.
And this is like literally like my first time doing stand up. I got pulled out of the crowd, and they get up, and sometimes they're just naturally funny people. But yeah, it's like 2 jokes that they thought of that they want to try, and then they just do a minute and.
After doing it for like the year or whatever, now like watching that when someone's like, "Oh, this is my first time," I'm like, "Fuck off!"
Yeah,
let someone else come on that has prepared here. Like
yeah, it's like one of those things where it's also really depressing when somebody's like they kind of flop and they're like, "Yeah, 13 years," and it's like. Damn, like that is what have you been doing with your time? That's brutal. Like you can't do 60 seconds.
Well, the minute's weird. Do you know what you would do for your minute? Like, have you thought about because that's a weird amount of time, also.
Right. I would probably do an observational joke about myself right off the riff.
Okay.
So Walmart Chris Pratt is something I like to do a lot quick. Or
some Walmart. Are you working there? You're Walmart Chris Pratt, but are you shopping there or are you working there?
I don't know. I've never thought about that, but that's a really funny idea. So I'm going to write it down. Do I work at Walmart? Oh, that's funny.
The joke.
Thank you for that just now.
The joke I'm trying to work on is about how like when I was younger, like. Abercrombie and Fitch was the coolest store, and it was so cool because they would put their like most attractive, hottest, like best smelling person out front, and like it would like lure people into the store. I don't think Walmart is on the same business plan as this. The first person you see can't be their most attractive person.
Walmart's really banking off of desperation for staff and for customer.
So Walmart Chris Pratt open up.
Yeah, because that's about a 10 or 15 second joke, and I would like to compound as much, but like I don't necessarily want to do dirty. I mean, the piece of shit friend joke I think is strong because like when I say the word terminal, I did try to use a name because you mentioned that I should try to use that. It wasn't hitting.
Really?
Yeah. So I dropped it. But like I did it like 4 or 5 times, and it wasn't like it just like wasn't hitting as hard.
It's funny how like one little thing can change.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
So weird. It's so weird.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So like I like the terminal thing because it proves that I can kind of sit in silence.
Right.
Which I think is a mark of like a comfortable comic, is to be able to say something uncomfortable. And also it's Kill Tony, so like shock value joke, and that's probably one of my most shocking value jokes.
Sure.
So that would fit that crowd, I think, pretty well. It's definitely not my favorite joke right now.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's something I would probably include just because it's like I think I average like 30 to 35 seconds on that joke.
Right.
And like 5 seconds of it is just sitting still and waiting. And then I have like 2 follow-up jokes after that.
Right.
So,
Yeah, you have to get a couple jokes in there. I think we talked about that. Jay Leno was saying that you should get a laugh every 6 seconds when you're on stage.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And as I've tried to do that,
Yeah.
I'm like, not for me.
Yeah.
Not my style. Like I definitely have gotten away a lot more with trying to do more facial expression stuff.
Yeah.
And setting a tone through nonverbal lately. And like just like the other day I was this past weekend I was like talking about my dad on stage, and then I was doing this thing where he's disappointed in me and I'm like making a noise, and he just like he just stares at me like, you know, and then the crowd just like lost it off of, I didn't say anything, I just made a face. And but when you see that, everybody just knows what you're talking about, so no words are necessary.
Right.
And I'm like, now I'm starting to play with that stuff on jokes that I've done a million times. So you know, that's that kind of stuff that I'm having fun with now.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start like revisiting bits.
Yeah, and see what you like and what you don't like.
Adding to them, because you know some of the jokes I started out with, like I'd been doing stand up for a month. There's 2 months before the first show.
Yeah.
At Krog.
Yep.
So some of those jokes like probably weren't like fleshed out enough, or they were could be added to, or there's some meat on the bone.
Yeah, and you'll find that like your presence in saying them now will be a lot more different because you've also done them a couple of times.
Yeah.
So now you have an idea of how people are going to react when you say them. So you're more comfortable because you know what the reaction is going to be.
Yeah.
But also you're just a more confident person as a comic now because you've got more time under your belt, you know? So you're going to feel a lot better saying them. And it's like, I was actually watching this thing Jesselnick was saying this morning about like doing a joke when he knows the reaction. He gets excited because, like there was a conversation about like, do you get more excited about a new joke when it hits for the first time, or do you get excited about a joke you've been doing for a while?
Right.
And he gets excited because he knows what the reaction is going to be. So he's just as excited to tell that joke that he's been doing forever because he knows the reaction is going to be fucking awesome.
Right.
You know?
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Cool.
The mentalities behind a lot of these different things is like so interesting to me because like everybody does it differently, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. But I mean, just going back to like slaving over like the words that you're using and like
100%.
like economy of words and stuff.
Yep.
Is part of my favorite part of it, I think.
Okay.
Is to sit and like I'll write out the actual joke, and then I'll look at it and be like the joke about the dumb politics joke. 50%. I was doing 50% of the country wants this, 50%, and I was like, no, 50%, and then the other half.
Yeah.
And just changing those like makes it more interesting. And then just like dumb shit like that, like for some reason the linguistics and the wordplay and stuff is
100%
fun for me.
Even just referring to that Chris Pratt joke, being called the Walmart Chris Pratt, everybody knows what I'm saying there.
Yeah.
I tried Temu for a while, and with an older demographic, did not hit.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Everybody still gets the Walmart though.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the follow up to that was, I used to say Target at least, but some people were getting lost in that. So now when I say Trader Joe's, everybody equates that to like, oh, it's a fancy store at least, So like, so it's like you're right. It's a very interesting thing to play with and change over time.
Yeah.
Like
or doing like
edits.
weird research, like the joke about like putting lipstick on a pig I did the other day, and I was just saying like red lipstick. And then I was like, no, you have to go specifics.
Yeah.
So I looked up I'm looking up like a weirdo looking up like red lipstick shades. So then it's like,
like your Google search history is like
so weird.
Well, Jeff's about to do a show.
Right.
Drag.
Right. Yeah. So then I changed it to the Mac Ruby Woo. And then after the show, like a couple of my friends, they're like, how do you know about the Mac Ruby Woo? So I think adding those little specifics is sometimes very, very beneficial too.
Yeah, there's like random things you can drop in, similar but different random things you can drop in. Like for a while, I was doing a joke and I would say, not say her actual friend's name, but just say the name Owen Gray. And if you don't know who that is, it's a male porn star that ladies are quite a fan of.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's just funny. Like if I see like somebody in the crowd that might be a little checked out, that's and then if I say that name and they perk up, I'm just like, that's a freak.
Oh my God.
So it's like a
litmus test.
yeah. It was like, all right, now I know who's dirty in this crowd. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is a fun little thing to play with. And I had to do my research for that as well.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah, ladder. Yeah,
Extensive research.
Yeah, no, extensive research. Yeah, intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
so you're enjoying comedy so far?
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. It's fun to kind of like walk through day-to-day life and just be observing things with the lens of, is there something here? Is there something here? Which I think kind of brightens up my day sometimes.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I just thought of this because you said walk through day-to-day life. We probably have similar experience with this, and I'm curious now that we're recording what you think.
Yeah.
Small town, very small town.
Okay. Yeah.
People know you do comedy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It is funny doing like a local show.
Because it's not like either of us are like hidden from public eye at all. Like we're both
a social bird. I'm out there.
Yeah, you're very social.
Yeah.
I have a very public facing job.
Yeah. It is funny because you think it would be easier to have like a supportive crowd, people that know you, but then there's also like a weird pressure of like, these people are gonna think I'm a fucking phony. These people are gonna, like you'll see him out, at a bar, and they'll just be like, oh, that guy, he sucks so bad at comedy. There's like this extra pressure on it. But I think it's pretty good. It forces you to not like go too blue or too. I don't do very like personal jokes either. I keep it very like fairly like lighthearted and ambiguous.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really affect that much.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely do a lot more personal stuff.
Yeah.
Something like I would say like I don't know. A lot of my stuff is made up, but there's a lot of personal stories in
you
there
get in
as
there.
well.
Yep.
Yeah. So it is kind of interesting. We have a different.
You talk about your
approach.
family and stuff too.
Talk about my family so much.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
bad. I've been running time on my dad for a
Yeah,
while now.
Yeah.
And he knows most of it.
Yeah, sure.
It is interesting because I feel like there's a lot of people that I know in town that know a lot about my personal life, which is interesting. But like even just like it's interesting because I do have like the social media presence, I guess, so people see all the shows and stuff like that, and then there's like that conversation at the bar. There's like, oh, you're getting around a lot, like all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But also just like the follow-ups after Krog shows of people that are like sometimes concerned about my life, or
I guess that's the other thing is I don't have any of the social media and stuff, so there'll be like a random open mic or a random show at Krog that people wander into that I know, and then all of a sudden I'm on stage and they're like, this fucking guy does this kind of. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then I will get text messages randomly from kind of like acquaintances, people like friends that you're not very close with. And it'll be like a screen grab of a menu with market price on
that's
the
cool.
menu. And they're like, this is your joke. Kind of thing. Or, like some.
That's cool.
That's awesome. That's fun. A joke that people think about, later on. Two Brothers Pizza and stuff like that. Just like dumb little things that they remember. Because it is weird. Like I love comedy. I'll go to a show and I'll be like, that guy was so good, but I like can't remember any of the jokes.
Oh, it happens to me all the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
there's usually one joke that sticks out with me a lot that I'm like, fuck, I wish I thought of that. Like your Two Brothers joke is hilarious. Like I think about that often because I see. I mean, it's just we have 4 Brothers Pizza, 2 Brothers Pizza, you know, and then you make the tag on it as No Brothers, you know, like that's funny. But yeah, I think about that all the time because it's in my face all the fucking time.
I know.
Yeah.
This area is good for that. I traveled over to Oregon for this like TV show that I helped out with, and I had 2 buddies that were working on the show with me, and they found an open mic. So we went out. So we're in like the middle of like nowhere, Oregon, Medford. It's where Harry and David factory is. Do you know Harry and David?
No idea what that is.
It's like, you know, on Christmas you get the package with like the pears that are wrapped in the gold foil.
Okay.
It's like this old lady coming, but the whole town is basically like factory workers of this place. So I went out and did a mic, and I was the only, like, they all knew each other. There were probably 6 other people. They all knew each other. And I walked up and I asked the guy, I said, can I get on? And he was like, yeah. He's like, have you done open mic before? I said, yeah, I've done some shows and stuff. And he's like, all right. He's like, do you have 5 minutes? And I was like, I'll do as much, I'll do as much as you want. And I went up and I did the 2 brothers, 4 brothers joke. They have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a New York centric joke.
Yeah.
My friends laughed. My friends liked it, but you could tell it's like, oh, like moron, like they don't have that here.
Yeah.
So it was cool to do an away game.
Yeah, where they have to like catch up and figure out what the hell you're talking about, or they just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, it was interesting.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
When I started doing spots in the city a lot, I think I tried to lean on the fact that I come from a different background, right? Like farm stuff, you know? And then I was like, why isn't any of this stuff hitting? And then I started to listen at open mics a lot more. And I'm like, oh yeah, everybody's a transplant. They're all from not here, you know? And I'm just like, son of a bitch.
Right.
I still don't do like driving jokes or anything like that. I'm like, none of this is gonna make sense. But like, yeah, the whole fucking, you know, I grew up on a farm. Like, yeah, half of the comics did actually. You know?
Notice it like when city comedians come up here and do shows, and they're like, hey, what's up with Mom Dami, right? And everyone's just like, all the fucking fun hicks up here are just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, no one cares about that.
It's amazing how much of a conversation that became up here. But still, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are like, yeah, but we're not concerned with that at all. You know, like we barely knew it was happening.
Or subway humor and stuff like that. Just, you know,
yeah,
it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
work. It's funny how specific it is.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. When I was in New York, January 1st, and doing a spot down there, Luxor Lounge, shout out, doing a spot down there, and I heard a term I'd never heard before. And they were like, it's January 1st, y'all. You know what that means? And then everybody's like, kind of confused, but it's all hype. There's a black room and a lot of hype. And this guy's just like, it's Mom Donnie's stand now. And I'm just like, I never thought I'd hear that term. And I just kept hearing it from like different, I didn't notice I was hearing it. And then I started hearing it more as I was like on the way here, on the way there. And I was like, holy fuck, like Mom Donnie's stand is like a normal phrase, you know, but I was just like, oh wow, they're definitely adding like different verbiage to this that I didn't know existed, you know? Yeah. It was such a eye-opening experience. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'm in the loop, but I'm really out of the loop.
You think you're watching too much? Are you like around it too much?
Comedy?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't. Do you think you can be around it too much? Yeah.
Definitely.
We've debated about this before, I think.
Yeah. Because you know the people that you hang out with, and they're speaking in like bits or something like that.
Gabe Aldezi.
Let's call him out. Let's go. No, he does. He tries to format certain things.
He's gotten so much better about doing that, though.
I think it's because he's doing less, though, isn't he?
Gabe?
He was doing like 6 nights a week or some shit. Like he was.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll say that. I just think like, him and I have finally gotten in a relationship where we are comfortable enough just like talking about real things as opposed to just doing material, you know? I think in the beginning it was like we were just driving down to Levity Live like every Friday, and it was just like, I was thinking about this one, and you know, he just like runs the whole thing. Or if I'm like trying to talk about life and then he's just like reminds me of this bit, and then he just does the bit.
Yeah.
You know, Gabe's our first repeat guest, by the way.
I love you.
You're our second.
I'm not calling him out.
You're our second.
I wasn't a guest the first time. I was a
Not
guinea
technically.
pig.
Your episode's out there. It's on the YouTube.
Oh.
You know, there's no visual, but this one will have a visual. So people that want to see what Jeff's the sultry voice with the astonishing.
I do feel like if you load up your schedule with just going to open mics and stuff, you're limiting your like exposure to the world to the point where you can get material
For sure.
and jokes. Like you have to just be out there. You
Yes.
have to be out, do it. Like I went to a wake Saturday, and I was standing in line. You know, you're waiting to go give your grievance to, and there was a bowl of mints there, and my dad handed it to me. He said, "You want a Lifesaver?" I said, "Lifesaver? A little late, isn't it?"
Yeah.
Like
That
I
doesn't
love
happen
stupid
if you're
jokes.
not.
Doesn't happen. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'll agree with you because there's definitely those comics that turn into just doing airport jokes and
Right.
you know,
Right.
yeah, because they're not living their life.
Yeah.
I do think work helps me with that because I'm forced to kind of be out there. I've had a lot of like family shit happening recently.
Sure.
All my material is family stuff right now because it feels good to talk about my dad and
That's
my
how
mom.
you cope with.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Always make the uncomfortable joke when you're
100%.
going through something terrible. You're
Yeah,
just like,
I mean, you saw me on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'd gotten 2 hours of sleep. I was in the ER all night the night before, and
you had
I'm
5
like,
minutes about it. Yeah.
like literally sitting in the ER, being like, I am very sad, very scared, and I just need to write comedy right now.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like staring at people in the ER, like trying to figure out where the jokes are. And yeah, it was a very, it helped the time go. I was in the fucking waiting room for like 4.5 hours.
Gotcha.
So it helped the time go by a lot more. When something new popped up, I'm like, oh, how could I play with that a little bit? And I'll keep 30 seconds of that, you know, but you know, the other,
That's,
you know,
I've always dealt with like grief and sad situations and stuff with making jokes. Like I bombed. I did basically 5 minutes at my mom's funeral. Fucking bombed. I thought it was so funny. It was in a church, and I asked the pastor. I was like, "Can I say something?" And he said, "Yeah." So he said, "I'll call you up. Do your thing." So he calls me up, and I was like, thank you everyone for, bringing all the food in the past week and stuff. It's very nice. A lot of pasta. It's almost bathing suit season. Don't hit me with these carbs. I don't, right? And I'm doing like jokes and stuff. I have it all written out, and no one's really laughing except for like my cousin Mike dying. Like he loved it. So
he gets it. Yeah.
he knows. Get done, and at the end of the funeral, the pastor's walking and he's saying, "Condolences, thank you, whatever." And he gets to me and he says, "It's not what I expected." And my brother and my dad are standing next to me, and he walks by, and I was like, "Did I just get yelled at by the priest?" And they're like, "Yeah, you just got yelled at by the priest." I was like, "Yes." But yeah,
you should share stories on stage. I know you don't do that much, like really, but that's a funny thing.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing that happened to you.
Yeah.
That was a funny thing. You should share that.
Well, that's the public speaking thing. Like I gave a best man speech at my brother's wedding and crushed, like legit crushed. Had written jokes making fun of everything. The venue, it was in Colorado, making fun of Colorado. I talked shit about the Denver Broncos. Turned heel right away. It was right after the Broncos were like had a perfect season. I think they didn't lose,
And then they lost in the Super
and then they lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they got crushed. They had a historically good season. It wasn't perfect, but historically good.
Yeah.
And then they got crushed by the Seattle Seahawks in MetLife Stadium. So you were coming from New York,
Yes.
where where they just gotten killed.
So I said, I didn't want. I wanted to prepare for this. I did so well preparing for this moment. I didn't want to drop the ball. Like I didn't want to pull what's the
Peyton
quarterback?
Manning.
I didn't want to pull a Peyton Manning, and the whole crowd's just like boo. And I was like, oh, you guys don't have that saying here. And
That's funny.
turn them right against me.
Yeah.
And then won them back.
Yeah.
And it was basically like a set.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
it was-
yeah.
So, and afterwards, people were like, "Do you do stand up? Like that was awesome." So
So when
things
was
like that.
this?
That was probably 10 years ago.
Okay. So and that was before or after the Laughing Buddha thing?
That was before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you feel going up to do the best man speech that day? Do you recall?
I remembered preparing for it the same way that I prepare for shows now.
Okay.
Writing things down, like I write down like it's basically like a set list almost. Like
Yeah.
So if it each tag, each like word is like a 30-second joke or something like
Can I
that.
ask why you have breaks in there? Like there's like a line to show separation.
Because they kind of go together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if there's like tags on things, I want to make sure that I hit those too.
Okay.
So they're like, it's like a little, like, it's like a concert, like where you'd have like, each one's a song.
Yeah.
And that helps me remember the order of things. So I
Yeah.
try to like put them in order so there's a little bit of like a storyline.
Yeah.
And then my dumb friggin' brain can remember without having to like constantly look at the thing.
What do you think you would do if you did your Kill Tony minute? Because you asked me
don't
that,
think
I
I'd-
never asked you back.
I wouldn't do well on that show, I don't think.
No?
Because I'm too like dorky, too like
Dude, I feel like that would be fine.
like Borscht Belt, one-liners. They like weirdos, and I'm a little bit too straight-laced for it, I think.
I think you're a weirdo. I think
in my own way, yeah.
I think you would do well because like you do. I think you would probably spend a lot of time pumping your set full of as many jokes as you could.
Yeah.
You do the one-liners, and I think the first three,
Yeah.
if they were, if you're doing a 60-second set and the first three are, 10 seconds each,
Yeah.
like that first 30 seconds might be a little quiet.
Yeah.
You'll get like, a
Right.
little bit, but that like fourth joke
Yeah.
would fucking like start to crush the room.
Yeah.
And most of all, the panel would appreciate the writing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really what you
preparedness.
care about is that they like, because I've heard him say multiple times, like, really good joke, really dumb crowd, or like they just didn't
Right.
get it, but
Yeah.
that's
Maybe I do that Hooters joke, like the joke about like the Hooters miscarriage.
I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This episode is this is going great. I think a lot of I'm going to use this clip on like every episode going forward. I think because those vocals just hit, dude, fucking hit. It's like amazing how good those vocals are. This is the a different interruptible to let you know to subscribe to our Instagram at Likable Pod. But people tell me Likable spelt wrong, and I'm not looking into it. I like it like this, because I get an A in the Likable. It's I get an A in likability. That's what they say. Scientists have said that. And also, if you're listening to this and you're annoyed or anything like that, that's fine. I'm sorry that we're doing this. We got to plug the YouTube at David Stickle Comedy for the YouTube. I drop episodes on there every Wednesday, and you can see the video form of this. You can see my face, the guest's face, which is probably what you're actually wanting to see. Probably pretty tired of seeing my face at this point in time. I'm sorry about it. I'm ugly. Anyways, this could have been 10 seconds long, but here we are. We're doing this. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds right now. But yeah, check out the YouTube. Every week it drops consistently. I can control that. Sometimes radio free, there's like holidays or something comes up and it might be a little delayed, which is totally fine. Now, if you want to stick to the audio, totally cool. I love boosting those numbers. But yeah, if you want to check out the YouTube at David Stickle Comedy, and you could see video of us, but check out the Instagram if you can for clips. That would be great. Okay. I'm just going to die in your arms tonight, I guess, if you don't subscribe.
Joke.
okay. Because you're going for shock.
No, just because it's probably
That one's longer. That one's like
It's
about a minute, right?
Yeah, it's probably like 40 seconds or something like
Okay.
that. So then I could probably do 2 quickies and then get into that one or something like that. I think that's kind of how I don't know the jokes that would be, but I think that's the move is like bing bing and then one that goes through that has jokes within it.
Yeah, you definitely
like
need a quick pop right away.
Yep.
They've mentioned a couple times on the show that I can remember, like the people that go out and go, "How we doing tonight?" Like immediate, nope. Like, yeah, that's a way to lose it. You have to. Your first presence has to be a fucking punchline.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd do that on stage when I do shows. I try not to go up and be like, "How we doing tonight?"
Yeah.
I know there's
I host so much, so it's just like I've been trying to figure out this with hosting. I've been trying to figure out this transition from conversations at your table to a minimum. Take your cell phones outside. Don't record unless asked to be recorded to, and all those like little checklists I have to go down for the comedy show.
Yeah.
And then transition from being disciplinarian into comedian.
Yeah.
And
I've seen you do a lot of times. You're very good at it.
thanks, man.
I don't envy that position. Yeah.
It's not bad. Like what's nice about hosting
Yeah.
is that there's a built-in caveat of like I don't have to be the funniest.
Sure. Sure.
And my whole job is to set everybody else up.
It's like it's a bonus to have a funny host.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
yeah. Because that could just be a random person just saying those things.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the.
And we've practiced that with like we do the Don't Tell comedy shows, and we've practiced this this thing, and I think is very successful so far. Which I need to figure out how to do it at the Croak shows, but we'll hire somebody to come in and basically do like the check-in at the door.
Yep.
And lately it's been this kid named Andrew, so we'll have Andrew check people in at the door.
Yeah.
And then before we invite the host up, Andrew will go to the front of the room.
Right.
And just do that laundry list of stuff. Perfect. And then they're like, "Are you ready for your host?"
Right.
Read the credits of the host, which is super important. And then the host goes up and then just starts the show off on a nice playful beat as opposed to being disciplinarian. And then,
I guess, the last show at Keegan.
oh, right. Jordan did this.
Came
Yeah.
up to me right before the show and he's like, "Hey, I need to ask you a favor. I need you to go up and, introduce me as the host." I
Yeah.
was like, and same thing. Because I was in, prepared and happy mode, I was like, great, perfect. So I got to go up and do the, "How's everybody doing?"
Yeah.
Dumb shit, which I've never done before.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Yeah. That's a nice position to be in, I think, as the host when that happens. So it's like, it's also great that he like asked you to do it. I think he kind of like trusts your presence on stage.
Yeah.
It
is funny also being like the oldest person on a show. I did feel a little statesman-like the other day. Most people doing shows and doing mics are 20s, 30s.
Not the show I was at yesterday. Holy shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, but it's just funny to be like probably the most green on stage and everything, but then also like the the oldest as well.
Yeah.
Like
that's me most of the time, actually. Yeah. Because I'm 35. So when I met all of these comics, they were all 25 or around that age. So the people just didn't realize how old I was, and I think the comedians don't really care.
Yeah.
But you notice, their problems in life are very different than yours.
Yeah. And a lot of the internet stuff that they're making jokes about, I have no fucking idea what they're talking
about. Yeah. That's very true. The TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
The show I was at yesterday, I thought was a roast of Mike Ivanov.
Yeah.
And his son Timmy.
Captain Mike.
Yeah. And his son Timmy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it was his birthday yesterday, Timmy's birthday. Oh, and they did a thing at this restaurant called La Florentina.
That's right. I saw the flyer.
Yeah. Right. And I thought it was just gonna be like a roast of Timmy, and they had all the comics listed, and I was like, all right, cool, not a big deal. So I was like, all right, the Bills game just ended yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna pop in and say hi, and then probably pop out, be there maybe half hour, just to show face and just be supportive, friends.
Yeah.
And I pop in, and it's a full show. I'm like, oh wow, and Michael Saltz was hosting, and Mike Ivanov did some jokes, and Jenna Marie was there, and like I think it's like 45, 170, one's in his 50s, and James DeSalvo I think is in his 50s or 60s. So it was just like boom, 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 and then Jordan was there, and Jordan was the young gun on the set, and even Tom Single was a part of the lineup too. Yeah, and it was like a bucket poll, so they didn't know when they were going to go up. Yeah. So it was like, oh wow, like I would have fit in age demographic wise. I would have been a kid in this lineup, Right. Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was a really fun time. Mike did a good job putting that together.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a good laugher too. Good audience member. He goes to a lot of shows, and he's
very supportive.
He's always on it. Him and his family, they're good people.
Yeah, he's like a great dad.
Yeah.
Like just great dad.
His delivery is so good.
Mike?
Yeah. Just the accent.
I know.
Voice, it's so good.
When I first saw him, and maybe you were seeing him around this time too, but like he used to do a lot more stuff talking about the difference between like him misunderstanding words.
Yeah.
Like
it was a little like Yakov Smirnov.
Yeah.
A little that style. Yeah. Like just I guess that's like a comparison that he would get all the time just because of the accent and stuff. But yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Very cool dad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about being in town here and people interacting with Dorothy. Came up to me. She was at one of the Crow shows where we had very low attendance, right?
Okay. Yep.
And I had asked her and Bob to sit like kind of in front, at that big table, right? And
this is my dad and his partner.
Yes. I didn't know if you wanted to share that. I was just gonna say. So they sat in the front, and I'm doing bits about I don't know, but I definitely had a molested joke in there, and her reaction went fucking stone cold on that, like no response at all. And I had remembered how you had mentioned I don't think she likes my about yourself being like, oh, I don't think she likes my material, this kind of stuff. And I remember as I did the joke, I'm like, oh yeah, she doesn't like that stuff.
Well, she's a very distinguished person. She's elegant, and they came to one of my I think it was a show or an open mic early on, and I did some joke about going to the strip club, and I went into a lot of detail about nasty, kind of blue, filthy, and they were both like, okay, all right. It was a good lesson though, because the last show, my godmother, Aunt Ellen, came, and same thing, classy, just very, very elegant, proper, good sense of humor, but proper. And when I learned that she was coming, I'm looking at my set and I'm like, fuck, some of these jokes are pretty nasty and stuff, but it forced me to clean them up.
Okay. Interesting.
Where I could still do the joke, but then don't say pussy, say, something else, don't kind of just put a little, a little bow on
less harsh words. Yeah.
That's right. And some of the jokes actually got better because of that. Because I think
more people could accept them. Yeah.
And I'm not I don't want to shock anybody. I don't want to offend anybody. That's not the style of jokes that I like. But yeah.
So she's in the front row.
Yep.
I do a molested joke.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that she doesn't like that joke. And then the show goes on, right? Yep. And they were there the whole time. We only had 12 people in the crowd.
Gotcha.
And the comics were really good. So it was a crime that we didn't have more people. But it was a fucking great show. The crowd really was you would have thought there was 40 people in the room. How loud they were laughing, right? Including Dorothy, right? Yeah. So maybe a week later, Dorothy's at the bar, and Brittany's pouring her a beer, and I'm standing at the bar, and Dorothy walks up to me, and she's just like, "You're really good," and I'm like, "Excuse me?" She goes, "You're really good at comedy," and I'm like, I didn't think you liked that at all. I was like, that's such a compliment. Yeah, I said, I explained it to her. I was like, because like I made eye contact with you while I was making that joke, saw your facial expression, and I don't know if you noticed, I didn't look at you for the rest of the show. Like I chose to just pretend you weren't there.
You're funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is one of those things like small town stuff. Like it's cool because like I had this perception of how that joke went with a person.
Yeah.
And then a week later, I get that feedback,
It's so funny when there's someone in the crowd that like, I went and did Mahoney's open mic. Mm-hmm. And that's not just a comedy open mic. That's
it's mixed.
It's a mix.
Yeah.
And it was last December. It was their holiday show. Mm-hmm. So I was down there. Gabe Valdezi, Christina was there. Mm-hmm. Vinny Petty.
Lovely.
Was there.
Yep. So random.
Yeah. So the person that went on in before me was a 14-year-old girl playing the violin, playing a holiday song. And the person before that was her 15-year-old brother who played the piano with a holiday song. And in the front row was their parents and their grandparents at a table. And I'm going on after this, and my set was like, I was doing a joke about like dead mail order brides, having sex with dead mail order brides, and like a bunch of like kind of, funny off-color jokes. I'm just trying things out. It was that, and I get up there and I'm like, I'm not sure how well this is gonna go here, and I'm like looking at the parents of the kids because the kids are sitting there now, and I was like, what do you think? Can I go for it? And the dad was like, yeah. He's like, we're good. Do it. So I just like rattling off these jokes. That's a weird setup too, because there's the bar behind the crowd. Mm-hmm. So there's people with their backs turned. Yeah. And I'm doing the jokes, and the people from the bar are turning around and laughing and like giving thumbs up. But the horrified look that the grandparents were giving me right up front for these jokes. The dad was laughing. Yeah. But it was like, I'm like, the kids and the grandparents are just like, what is happening?
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That's part of comedy, man.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely necessary.
I think it is.
We're gonna wrap up, all right?
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I've held you here for an hour and a quarter.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, my guy.
Of course.
Cool. Likable. Do you have anything? You have any shows coming up or anything like that you want to talk about?
You got me on February.
February 21st, a Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
February 21st.
February 21st. Locals, come out to that show. See Jeff. Perform Alligators, maybe.
Alligators is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do Alligators.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying. I'm just
do.
letting them know that if they're curious about what that is, you will hear Jeff's brand of humor. And I have no idea what I'm going to say at that show yet. No idea. It's too far away, and I'm going to be doing probably a whole another set on my. Maybe I'll pick on my brother this time. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, he's gotten off easy, hasn't he?
I don't talk about him a lot.
You don't do?
I sort of respect my brother so much, and he could legitimately beat me up. All right. Likable is filmed and recorded with Radio Free Rhinecliff. Thank you to Jen Hamoud and Matthew Rosenberg, our producers, and thank you to Epicurean, which hosts us for each and every episode. I forgot to turn the on air sign on. So come in, stop and shop. They just redid the shop a little bit, and there's like a lot of cool like new products. But the counter is beautiful.
Yeah, lovely place.
Beautiful. Yeah, more craft beer too. There's good options
down here.
Yeah, they're actually slightly cheaper than us at the Krog, which is
beer list.
good for people to know. Yeah. So I mean, if we don't have it at the Krog, you should come check out and see if they have it here. They probably do. So come check us out on the air. Likeable is a comedy-based podcast. We're experts in absolutely nothing and should not be taken seriously. Consider this your daily dose of questionable wisdom and guaranteed hilarity. We hope. Proceed with caution and a healthy dose of skepticism. Jeffrey, thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy. Love you.
Woo!
Yeah.
Love you too, buddy. Music!